Mark Podcast.
Shrimp on the barbie. Shrimp on the barbie. Do you respect that? That's corruption. I could make a fake snake. You do not pee in the pool. You do not pee on the barbie. All of myself is clean.
Broadcasting from a Target without a bathroom, welcome to the Hard Mark Podcast, a show where I, Eric Donaldson, wrestling fan of over 30 years, introduce one match per episode to my co-host who has never watched wrestling. We talk about the backstory, we watch the match, and then we rank that match on our ever-growing list. The purpose of this show is to see what happens when someone who's never watched wrestling is introduced to its most notable matches. And without any further ado, my authentically... Oh, fuck. There was one thing that you said that was funny.
Just one.
Just one. My authentically pistol shooting co-host, Flying Ryan Murphy. Ryan, how's it going?
Going all right.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
No sweating out of our eyeballs today, despite it's
very comfortable down here.
It's warmer. It's on the warmer side. I mean,
this is, well,
what?
This is very nice. This is perfect. And it's pretty nice outside, too.
It's like 78.
Pretty ideal for Seattle. It's not 96.
Warmer side. 75 right now. Thunderstorms later.
No. What?
Traffic on the 10s, weather on the 20s.
This is fantastic weather. This is why you live in Seattle, for this type of weather in August.
I'm just very sensitive to it on account of the fact that I have a multiple story home and all the heat just collects in my bedroom.
You have AC. You have a heat pump.
Now I do, yeah. Because I, paid the coin for it.
Paid the coin.
You want to pay, you got to play.
Yeah.
Or vice versa. Play to pay. Pay to play.
Yeah.
Et cetera, et cetera. Let's get into wrestling. Let's talk.
Yeah, okay.
Those are some good
banter. Talk about the weather anymore.
Great banter. The death of WCW was one of the most notable stories in modern wrestling. You could probably argue it was the most notable.
Is this a continuation of what we just saw?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, yeah, it has a correlation, okay. Yes. So the reality of the situation is that the WWF acquired WCW for peanuts, $2.7 million at the end of the day, which is, even by that standard back then, would have been, ridiculous, but even by now, today's standards, it's just silly.
I could finance that. Yes.
There's been multiple, Chris Jericho in particular has said, if I had known that that's what it was being sold for, I would have attempted to purchase it.
You know what's worth now?
WCW?
Yeah.
I mean, it's been so long since it was his own entity and, whatever. Okay. So I don't even think, and we'll get into the story of WCW, but long story short, it is not operational right now today. It's all of its assets were absorbed into WWE, and
it's been liquidated.
Sure, let's just throw out as many of those terms as we can. In the story presented on television, as we saw in Rumpus Time, Vince McMahon was holding off on finalizing the paperwork until WrestleMania 17, declaring that the deal would only be done if Ted Turner himself was in attendance to sign the necessary documents. And so that delay gave someone else the chance to swoop in and buy WCW out from under Vince's nose, and that's exactly what would happen, as the name of the contract did say McMahon. However, it said Shane McMahon, Vince's own son. So over the next few months, Shane would periodically appear on Monday Night Raw to promote WCW and tease that the company would be back up and running very soon. One of those appearances happened to coincide with a celebratory reenactment hosted by Kurt Angle, our Olympic hero, the only gold medalist and real athlete in WWF history. Kurt was planning to recreate his Olympic celebration live in the ring on Raw, complete with podium and gold medal. Kurt, understandably, was perturbed when Shane interrupted him to use this time to promote WCW. So when Shane compared Kurt's 3 I's of intensity, integrity, and intelligence with Shane's 3 letters of WCW, and Shane began to mock Kurt's real-life sobbing after his Olympic victory, it caused Kurt to snap, and he proceeded to viciously attack WCW's new owner. Now, we've seen some clips of Shane McMahon previously. But it's worth mentioning that in the late 90s, early 2000s period, Shane developed a reputation as a bit of a daredevil. Of all of the people to pick up the mantle of the most fearless man in wrestling after Mick Foley's retirement, few would have predicted Shane McMahon. But even with Shane's newfound fearlessness, in the ring, Shane was not presented as being capable of going toe-to-toe with the elite wrestlers in the organization, which Kurt Angle absolutely would have been considered one of. Now, in spite of that, a challenge was made for the next pay-per-view, King of the Ring, and in potentially a way of evening the playing field, the match would be a street fight. So, no rules, weapons are completely legal, the only rule is you have Pistols at dawn, 10 paces. But yeah, the only rule is you can only pin or submit your opponent inside the ring. That's the only rule in a street fight. But aside from that, weapons, pistols, horses, fencing, swords are all legal.
I wanted to note that coming back from the airport, I was on the bus and I saw a guy bring a stop sign onto the bus.
Wow. Oh, and that made you think of wrestling.
It did. Yeah.
How big of, like just a regular size stop sign, or was this a giant stop sign?
I don't know if I was just seeing it so close, but it seemed oversized. I don't know. It's like the top of the stop. But yeah.
What did this gentleman look like?
I don't know.
Is this something you don't want to say on the
No. Just a regular man, regular man. Just a regular man, but he had a stop sign with him.
I mean, how regular could he have been that he had a stop sign with him?
Well, maybe not that regular. I don't know. It was just, the point of it was that this guy brought a stop sign on the bus, and I wanted to ask him, wanted to sit down next to him, but
would you have felt comfortable asking him?
Maybe a couple more drinks,
Okay, got it.
I don't. Maybe though. Maybe like you said,
he had a briefcase in one hand and a stop sign in the other.
It didn't seem like he was going to smack anyone over the head with it yet.
Sure,
but when you bring a stop sign on the bus, you don't know the answer to that kind of maybe why do you have? I'm still curious. Why do you have a stop sign? And why did the bus driver just be like, "Oh, that's fine"?
I mean, if that's the craziest thing that bus driver saw that day, then that'd be a good day.
You're probably right. Yeah. So anyway, yeah.
In New York, there's there's the subway system and everything, right? There is a collection of people that will dress up as their favorite wrestlers and perform full-on wrestling matches on the subway.
I've no doubt. No doubt on a New York subway that actually happens.
So I can very easily see someone bringing a stop sign.
Yeah, okay. Yeah.
But it sounds like you didn't even get the pleasure of watching a wrestling match happen on the bus.
No, and I'm not, sad about that. I just wanted to get home. But yeah. Yeah. Okay.
Where did I leave off here? Street fight, no rules, weapons are completely legal. So while it was assumed that Angle would probably destroy Shane in a standard wrestling match, opening things up to a street fight might maybe play into Shane McMahon's favor. Additionally, there's one other important wrinkle in place. Kurt Angle is also involved in the King of the Ring tournament itself. He had won the tournament in 2000, and so he had his sights set to be the first man to ever repeat and win the tournament again in 2001. So in the opening match of the pay-per-view, Kurt would compete in the semifinals against Christian. To the bewilderment of the announcers, Shane McMahon interfered in the match and he helped Kurt Angle advance into the finals of the tournament. Later in the night, Angle would then take on Edge in the King of the Ring finals, and again, Shane McMahon would appear. However, this time, Shane would attack Kurt, costing him the match. This provided a little bit of clarity as to Shane's plan. He wanted Kurt as tired and beat up as possible before their match took place, and Shane ensured that Kurt would have to wrestle 2 full matches before their street fight ever even got started. So in East Rutherford, New Jersey, Kurt Angle is going to take on his third opponent of the night in a street fight. He apparently did suffer a real-life concussion, I think, during his first match of the night, so he's wrestling
with... real-life concussion.
So he's wrestling concussed 3 times in a night. Probably not recommended by most doctors. And Shane McMahon is hoping that his tactical interference from earlier, along with a variety of weapons, will allow him to even the odds against the Olympic hero. And that's our match.
That's it?
That's it.
All right.
That's it. That's all it needs to be. Any questions, comments, concerns?
I don't think so, no.
But yeah, Shane, as I kind of alluded to during the notes, has more or less become at this point in time the biggest risk taker in the WWE. Like earlier, It was a SummerSlam of 2000. It's not, I don't think it's a comparable bump fall to the Hell in a Cell thing that Mick Foley did, but there was a pretty impressive spot where they had this scaffolding holding up the big Tron, the video screen thing. And so Shane was climbing that in the middle of a match, and he was like a legitimate 20, 25, 30 feet up in the air and like took a back fall off of the scaffolding. Granted, and this would be the first thing you would point out, and rightfully so, there was like a crash pad there.
Yeah, trampoline-ish.
But still, it was like a no-look, like back fall onto a crash pad, and I guess his parents were justifiably a little concerned.
So this is WWE versus WCW. Or is
in what way do you mean?
Like, I know we're talking about
So Shane is now in storyline the owner of WCW.
Right.
Yes.
Okay.
And Kurt Angle is a WWF wrestler.
Okay. I think you said WWE was... Did
you can use F
interchangeably?
Or E interchangeably. It means the same thing.
Got it. Okay.
Yeah. But right now, so WCW wrestlers have started to periodically show up here and there. I think actually Booker T of WCW earlier in the night had attacked Steve Austin, which was like one of the first kind of appearances of one of those WCW wrestlers, but it's not necessarily being presented as like WCW versus WWF.
Well, that's what I was. Is it Shane versus Vince?
No, it's Shane versus Kurt.
Okay.
It's Shane versus Kurt. So Shane versus Vince happened several months prior. Yeah. That's more or less in the rear view now. And again, WCW isn't fully up and running. Like eventually there will be a bigger feud between WCW and WWF, but that we're not to that point yet. Right now, this is just a personal issue between Kurt and Shane.
Okay.
But getting to our last little bit, wrestling with the data, your record, Ryan, 54, 40, and 2. This is the 90... Did you have a comment about that?
I just think it's a great record, and I think it should be called out. It's kind of like my tan.
Yeah, I mean, no one's talking about your tan. Right. Nobody's talking about your record.
Exactly.
Give the man his flowers. Write us a review on iTunes and talk about his gorgeous tan and his amazing record. Not as good as Goldberg's record. I think we can agree on Goldberg's record being superior to yours, but it's close second. Anyway, 97th match that we've watched so far. You're on a 2-match winning streak.
Yeah, okay.
Both of those, by the way, thanks to Goldberg.
Yeah.
The average, I did a little bit more. Sometimes I slack on the data. I did a little bit of research here, Ryan. The average ranking of matches that have happened in East Rutherford is 21.5 out of our 96.
Is it New Jersey?
Yes, East Rutherford, New Jersey, correct. So Steve Austin.
That's a lot of matches there.
We've only watched 2.
Wait,
the average ranking of the 2 matches that we've watched from East Rutherford are 21.5. So fairly high, like relatively high in the grand scheme of things.
Yeah, okay.
The upper,
I see.
Fifth or so. Right. Which again, Steve, and both of these were at the same event, not the same event we're watching here today, but a previous event at East Rutherford, which was Austin versus Owen Hart, where Austin nearly got his neck broken, and then Undertaker versus Bret Hart.
Do you know what were they? What were they each? What was each ranking?
I do.
Okay.
Steve Austin versus Owen Hart is ranked currently at 20, and then Undertaker versus Bret Hart is ranked at 23.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Okay.
So you split the difference, 21.5. Average ranking of matches that have happened at the King of the Ring. 32.5.
Not as good.
Not as good. Still in the higher end. Still in the upper third or so. But yeah, a little bit higher, which are Mankind versus Undertaker at number 5, and then Steve Austin versus Jake Roberts, which is ranked 60 on your list. So again, a split of the difference. This is the 52nd WWF/WWE match that we have watched thus far, which is by far the most matches that we've watched of any particular company. Your record for WWF/WWE is 27 wins, 24 losses.
Okay, that's fair.
And just so you know, WCW is where you have the best record. Your record is 14-5. You're quite the WCW connoisseur. New Japan is your worst record. You're 3-4-1.
Love New Japan.
Well, it doesn't love you back, apparently. But that's the data. Any other thoughts, comments, concerns before we watch Kurt Angle versus Shane McMahon?
No, that's it.
All right, let's do this thing. We'll be right back with our thoughts on the street fight at King of the Ring 2001. Thanks.
down by Kurt Angle. And you know how badly Angle wants Shane McMahon. Angle threw his own gold medals to the floor as he entered the ring. And Angle has been busted open at the hands of Shane McMahon in one of those right hands. Shane's got a kendo stick, and this is a street fight. And that's just as legal as a headlock. Let me tell you, no disqualifications in a street fight. Boom! Unlike the Mets, Shane McMahon found his mark with that kendo stick. And now Shane, as wobbly as he is on the top rope here.
This looks bad for Kurt Angle.
Oh my God! Shane McMahon, the shooting star.
Now where'd he pull that one out of?
But he got the trash can. These men in a very dangerous, precarious situation and position here, being on the exposed concrete floor, right in front of the King of the Ring set. Oh, good God Almighty! Shane McMahon thrown with a suplex upside down, and then I think Shane's head just bounced right off the concrete floor.
Oh, I think Kurt Angle now just needs to bring Shane back to the ring and beat him.
Oh, not again. Oh my God. Right through that glass. And Angle now, from that shattered glass, is bleeding from the shoulder.
Well, the first suplex didn't break the glass, but the second one sure did.
The blood and the pulp out of each other.
Damn it. Come on.
Oh, no.
Good grief.
Come on.
Angle again trying to drive Shane McMahon through that partition there. These 2 men are battered and bloody. My God, he tried it again. Angle is hell-bent on driving Shane McMahon's broken body through that partition.
Oh, my God!
Shane McMahon, head and face first, right through that glass.
Kurt Angle is using that wood as a platform from which to suplex Shane McMahon!
Oh no, it's the Angle slam from the top. Kurt Angle scored with the Angle slam off the top. Angle crawling, his bloody body on top of Shane.
2, 3!
And it's over, mercifully. My God, it's finally over.
Here is your winner, Kurt Angle.
We just watched Shane McMahon versus Kurt Angle. Street fight. Not for any title, just for pride. Just for pride.
Just for pride.
What'd you think of the match, Ryan?
Prideful match.
A very prideful match. So much intensity, integrity, and intelligence
Yeah.
displayed.
I would say so.
Yeah. What'd you think?
Oh, it was a great match. Fantastic.
Yeah.
Yeah. I at first I didn't think it was going to be for a little bit.
You mean like in the early stages of
Yeah.
the match?
Yeah.
You didn't think so? Or,
Yeah, it would have been mid.
Well, apparently you didn't even know who was wrestling until...
Yeah, I thought it was. I thought it was.
you thought
like,
Shane had a representative of WCW.
That's what I was thinking.
that I
yeah.
just neglected to mention. Well, it was Shane.
It was.
This was our first Shane McMahon match.
Yeah.
Our second, I want to say, Kurt Angle match.
He held up pretty well.
Yeah, both guys, I'd say, played their part
Yeah.
as well as you could realistically hope for. Any thoughts before we get into the notes, or should we just go blow by blow here?
Yeah, I think we should just get into it.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So we watched the video package, just kind of more or less just highlighting what we talked about. Of like, there's the award, like Kurt reenacting his gold medal award ceremony. Shane interferes, and then they're just kind of like, Shane's sort of picking his spots and ambushing Kurt at various points, kind of leading up to the match between the two of them. But Shane comes out first. He's got one of his customized jerseys on that he's always wrestling in. This time it's emblazoned on the back with Super Mac, Kurt's Kryptonite.
Not so much.
Well, then maybe we'll find out. Angle, he comes out next. I mean, who's the one with the cracked tailbone at the end of this thing here, Ryan? Yeah. Kurt Angle comes out next. I was surprised that he got pyro for his third entrance. Usually, you'll do the pyro once and it's like, okay, we're not paying for pyro each time you come out. But
Did he get it for a second?
I think he got it for all three. Yeah. But as we talked about, so apparently Kurt got a concussion in his first match of the night. He looked, you wouldn't necessarily know anything was off about him, in the early stage of this match. I don't think.
I didn't either, but
Yeah.
I was waiting for something like a big,
Sure. I mean, he did eventually take several blows to the head from various objects, so things would get progressively more and more intense, but things get kicked off quickly early. There's no dilly-dallying. Angle's pissed at Shane, and so he immediately takes him down and hits him with a series of belly-to-back suplexes to get things started. We've got some more work to Shane's midsection. We've got some knees to the gut, the old kitchen sink, as it were. Some repeated knees to Shane's breadbasket. Shane, eventually, it takes a while, but eventually gets a little bit of offense. He just kind of catches Kurt's foot and then starts peppering him with punches before he kind of slid out of the ring. Apparently, one of those punches clocked Angle for real. Angle would then need 6 stitches to close up the busted up eyebrow.
6 stitches. I can't remember the last time I got stitches.
I don't remember the last time I've never had stitches, actually. So I guess I
got hit with a golf club in the chin one time.
Oh, you had to get stitches?
Butterfly stitches.
Oh, butterfly bandage or butterfly stitches?
It's called, but it was taped up. Our neighbor was a firefighter, so his
that sounds
son
like
and
a
me-
bandage. Stitches are where they're literally stitching.
No,
your
I understand
skin.
what stitches are.
Okay, well I
It's called
thought
butterfly stitches.
Did they stitch you or was it a bandage?
It's just in the name, Eric.
What did they do?
It's like they taped it up.
Okay, that's not stitches. That's a butterfly bandage.
I'm gonna have to look this up.
You can do whatever you want. But
I
if
got
they
hit with
did
a
not-
golf club in the chin.
Stitching is just like what it sounds like when you're stitching clothes together. It's like sewing. That's stitching. What you're describing is just having which I'm sure sucked. I'm not, invalidating your pain.
Sounds like you are.
No, I'm just saying you didn't get stitches.
It was worse than the kendo stick with Tony.
What was getting hit in the chin with a golf club? I don't doubt that.
Yeah.
I buy that. But I'm just saying you didn't get stitches.
We
That time anyway, unless there's some other incident where you got hit by
I'm
the
going
car.
way off topic here. Feel free to cut this out if you need
Okay.
to. Boldy sliced his finger with a accident, and it was squirting.
I would hope it would be accidental, yeah.
Didn't try to like kill himself on the thumb.
Mm-hmm. That's where all the blood goes.
Yeah, but it was really bad. So he's like, I'm gonna get stitches in the morning. And he's like, waits till the walk-in clinic's open. It's like $200 even just to get seen. He's like, you know what? Fuck it. I'm just gonna let this like heal.
How long ago was this?
Like a few days ago.
Has it healed?
A little bit. So,
Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, he could go full Sabu and just super glue it.
Everyone keeps saying super glue it. My
Yeah.
sister was super glue. Just super, like,
Yeah. People have done that for years.
is that the right way to?
It's not, I mean, is it the right way? They actually do make, I think, because super glue, I'm sure, has all sorts of chemicals that
That's
are
what I
not
would
great
think.
for you.
Yeah.
They do make glue, like skin glue.
Then why? Yeah. No,
So, like,
yeah.
I think when people say super glue, maybe they are talking about the traditional, like, actual super glue, or they may just be referring to the,
you just pinch
skin.
it together and just glue
I
it.
guess, I don't know.
Yeah.
But yeah, Sabu famously would super glue. That's why his wounds are so prevalent. Like, he has, like, these
Yeah.
huge scarred up
It's not
torso.
uncommon.
Yeah, but
So,
it's because he super glued himself. He wouldn't get, stitches or
digress
whatever.
here.
But I appreciate the
You're welcome. The context.
thank you.
Yeah.
I think Angle was a little perturbed for real at this point, which is always interesting because, like, anyone who's been hit in the face, there's that, like, just brief, like, fight or flight mechanism that goes into place where you're, like, pissed. I think in wrestling, it's interesting because you're, like, working collaboratively, but you're still, like, trying to make stuff look good and look real. And so when you clock somebody for real, there's still that moment where, like, tensions can flare up. So I think Kurt was legitimately upset for a bit. He challenges Shane to get into referee's position with him, and then he kind of quickly reverses Shane and then just starts hitting him with some pretty heavy forearms just to say, like, fuck you, stop hitting me so hard, that type of thing. We've got a number of other suplexes, some belly to bellies, which all of those suplexes from Kurt, like, you could see, like, and when I say bounce, I'm not talking trampoline bounce, but you can kind of see, like, it's kind of like a crumpling sort of bounce where it's like you're just getting tossed with very little regard for your safety type of a bounce that Shane took. I thought all the suplexes from Kurt looked pretty good. Got some cross faces. That's where you're kind of like over the top of the guy and like over the side of his face, coming down with forearms and whatnot.
Always fun.
And then we've got Angle doing some real wrestling. Olympic wrestling.
Yeah.
But Angle goes down into the referee position. He's trying to embarrass Shane a little bit more, but Shane, he's too smart for that. kicks him right in the gut, which I loved that kick. And it sounded fucking great. It just got picked up so well by the microphone or whatever. And then we've got back elbow, series of clotheslines from Shane. They start brawling outside. Shane uses the barricade to springboard and kind of hit a forearm shiver onto Angle. Then Shane kind of climbs up behind the announcers and hits a clothesline while jumping over the announcers onto Kurt Angle. Then he grabs a kendo stick, one of Ryan's favorite weapons, and we've got a series of shots to the back and gut, which... Is this true that the reason you did not choose Shane is because you were not impressed enough by his use of the kendo stick?
I think when you get to the kendo stick part, and you can't like gain a full advantage there by hitting a guy in the face or the back and with a kendo stick, then I mean you're asking to rile someone up. and maybe fight a little bit hard. That's where it came. That's what it came down.
Oh, okay. So it wasn't so much that you didn't think Shane did a good job with the kendo stick.
No, he did fine.
You just think this is gonna make him mad, make Kurt Angle mad.
That's my always go to. Like when something like that goes wrong, it doesn't work as well as they maybe. See. That's when I
didn't interpret that. That's where you're going with that.
Surprised you didn't interpret that. It's my go-to move.
I just didn't interpret that. So we got the kendo stick. Angle drives Shane into the ring post. Now Angle gets thrown into the crowd, but Angle attempts to drag Shane out, but he gets countered and drug back over that barricade. A series of arm drags. So Shane hits Angle with an arm drag, which normally an arm drag, pretty low impact move, but Angle's getting arm dragged into the barricade, the crowd barricade, which I don't know that I've really seen that used all that often, which I thought looked good. Ring steps. Right, another one of Ryan's favorites. We've got some ring step stuff. Chop block to the knee sends Kurt into the steps. Any thoughts on ring steps besides the
stairs are fine.
Okay,
yeah,
right. It didn't. There
was yeah. We could go into it, but sure, we won't.
Maybe your least favorite part of the match in terms of like what I gathered.
Yeah.
Here they go back into the ring. Shane. Or excuse me, So Shane had done the ring step stuff. They get back in the ring now. He's going to pin Kurt, but Kurt keeps bridging out of the pin. So he's using his neck to like bridge out. So it's like, no, you can't pin me. I'm just going to bridge out. Which go ahead.
Why would you? First of all, if you're bridging out, why would you want to be in that position? All Shane did was put him back on the ground, a nice, easier position to lay in.
Sure. I mean, yeah, it was a little Looney Tunes. Yeah. I think the
didn't even look like it hurt. It looked like it made it more comfortable.
I think the reason for it was like, so you had Kurt early on in the match, right? He's going into the referee's position, which, did you ever do amateur wrestling at any point?
I didn't. I know.
Did you have like a circuit of amateur wrestling?
Yes.
Okay. So like referee's position is like how you start.
Yep.
So he kept doing that. And so I think like in the early portion of the match, it was like Kurt trying to like prove like, I'm a much better wrestler than you.
Yeah.
And so he was doing stuff that maybe like wasn't the smartest stuff to do, but he was doing them to try and like prove like how much more athletic and how much of a better wrestler he was. And so like neck bridges are like one of the main workouts that a lot of amateur wrestlers do to like strengthen that. And so I think it was less about like him strategically wrestling and more just him showing off like, look what I can do, fuck you.
That's fair then. Yeah, I mean,
but yes, like as you saw, none of them worked very well.
Yeah, no.
Shane would just jump on him again, splash him, or like drop an elbow. And so each time,
I feel like if I was doing that workout, someone just jumped me to put me on the floor, I'd be like, fuck yeah, that's sick.
Your cat would just go to town on your genitals or something.
Eric. Do you like cats? I don't know.
Where did I leave off here? Oh yeah, Shane grabs some trash cans, a board, a handicap sign. So we've got the handicap sign to the back, a big one to the head, again to a concussed Kurt Angle. Now Angle's pissed. He counters into an ankle lock from Shane. Angle quickly gets out by using the kendo stick to like fight his way out, but then Shane avoids Kurt running into him in the corner, hits a float over DDT. Shane goes for a sharpshooter, falls over briefly, but he locks it in. Then Angle gets to the ropes. At this point, he uses the kendo stick to escape. And then a very subtle moment that's easy to miss, but I always laugh at it whenever I see it. So they were doing this spot where like Kurt now has the kendo stick, and the idea was he was going to swing at Shane's legs and Shane was going to jump over the kendo stick, you can hear and you can see that when he does that swing, he accidentally hits the referee. So the referee's
Oh, yeah, you call that, yeah.
it's like, oh, god damn. Like he gets hit like probably in the shin with the kendo stick. And then...
You couldn't see it. You could just hear it.
I think you could... It wasn't like in the forefront of the action.
Yeah.
So like the forefront was like Shane.
Yeah.
And so if you were looking for it, you could see the referee like, oh, god damn. But you could definitely hear it. Like you hear it more than you see it unless you're specifically looking for that moment. But Shane with the trash can shot. You liked the trash can use, it seemed like.
I did. I thought sometimes it's not. I think with the trash can, you just need to make it look...
It's such a flimsy weapon.
Exactly.
That you have, it can be very easy to like disregard, like, oh, that sucks. But yes, it was one of the better.
Like they did a really good job with the trash cans. You want to see a dented trash can by the time you're done.
Yeah.
Right over the face.
So he hits Angle in the head and then he hits him in the stomach a couple times. He places the trash can on top of Angle. Shane climbs up to the top rope. He goes for a shooting star press, which is like a front flip, but Angle rolls out of the way and kind of puts...
That was it.
That was it. What?
That was the end of the match.
That was not the end of the match.
That was the end of the match right there.
There was a little bit more that happened after that. We did have our first holy shit chant of several holy shit chants in this match. Angle goes for a cover. Shane kicks out. Angle then dumps Shane over the top rope. And then here's where shit really starts escalating. So they go up the ramp. We've got Kurt attempting to suplex Shane. Shane blocks it and suplexes Kurt. This is the point where Kurt cracks his tailbone. We were talking about during the match. So Kurt, I was watching a bit of interview footage leading up to you showing up here today. Kurt, who has documented that he broke his neck in the Olympics, like qualifying to go to the actual Olympic Games in '96. He said that when he cracked his tailbone, it was the most pain he'd ever been in.
I would imagine breaking your tailbone's more painful than breaking your neck.
Yeah, I mean, because of the numbness.
Yeah.
Probably. I could see that.
Like, that's gotta hurt.
Yeah.
Like, we've all fallen on our tailbone, you know?
Sure.
It's not, that hurts. That hurts. Like, oh, God.
I've got a little bit more padding than most. I got these Hun-like thighs, but I can understand for the majority of folks. But yeah, so apparently he speaking of numbness, he was numb from the waist down for the remainder of the match. So, you can see he does fall over a couple of times to like trying to do certain things.
Yeah. No, it looked legit.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, like, it's so fun. Like, part of me wonders, like, if more guys would sell in like unconventional ways, because like if you're most of the time when you're trying to sell, I get it. You're trying to make sure everyone in the arena knows like, ow, I'm hurt, whatever. But like Kurt, he's fucked up.
And like, yeah, that made the whole, like, that's what like took this, like the excruciating amount of pain that he looked like he was in.
Yes.
And then that was insane for him to perform the remainder of the match.
Yes.
So
yeah, it added,
instead of like you said, the acting of the pain, this was like some real, so.
Yeah, he just looked like completely stone-faced isn't the word, but he was just like an internal groan.
Yeah.
Like he could barely breathe. He was in so much pain.
Yep.
That's kind of how it looked to me. But then they go over, they kind of walk over. Shane gets hit into the big, I don't even know what to call it. It's part of the staging at the entranceway. And then they make their way to the glass panels. Ryan, everyone loves these glass panels. So here's a little bit of backstory for you here, Ryan. So the glass panels, it's unclear what they were actually made out of.
Sugar.
At one point in time, it was supposed to be sugar glass.
Yeah.
Which is like movie prop glass. When you see like somebody gets a bottle broken over their head, it's sugar glass. It's unclear to me. There's like mixed messaging. They either replaced the sugar glass with a different form of glass or they reinforced the sugar glass. The reason for this change was apparently when they were running through like different stuff before the show ever started, when they lit like the pyro off, the fireworks, the glass broke.
Oh.
And so then they're like, okay, we need to do something to reinforce this. So I read mixed things. Angle seemed to think that they replaced the sugar glass with plexiglass, but that didn't break like I imagine plexiglass would.
Yeah.
So I don't think that that's accurate, but I don't know exactly what happened.
They didn't come out and state.
Like as a company? No, I mean, it's,
I don't know. Like I feel like there'd be research you could like.
I mean, this was in 2001.
Yeah.
I mean, nowadays, I think the story would come out like immediately, like this is exactly what happened. But like in 2001, like there just wasn't that level of access into it.
Do you think sugar glass can still hurt you? Can you get jabbed by sugar glass?
Oh yeah, even in wrestling, they've used sugar glass before. Like, yes, it will break easier, but that doesn't mean it's not going to still.
It still looks kind of sharp, like like.
I've seen guys like bleed because of sugar glass. I saw one guy, the Big Boss Man. He got a shard of sugar glass in his eye, like under his eyelid. In the late 90s.
Is it glass or just sand?
Yeah.
So now this glass is just sugar. Like it sounds like it seems like it could do some but I don't know. Like
But either way, this was like either super sugar glass or something that wasn't sugar glass. But yes, as we talked about, so the idea was okay. Kurt is going to suplex Shane through one panel, go through and suplex him through the other panel. That was like would have been still an incredible visual. Like, I don't know how much the match would have like suffered if like that's what would have happened. It still would have been very, very impressive. But instead, Kurt tries the first belly to belly into the glass plane, and instead of Shane going through the glass, he just hits it and then just falls headfirst onto the it's literal concrete.
So much better.
It was brutal.
Yeah.
And the fact that you can hear the thud of his head against, and there's no padding. There's no padding at all. It's just concrete. And so he slides down from this pane of glass, hits his head, and is just laying there. It's like,
imagine like you're just expecting to go through the glass, and then all of a sudden like you don't, and you're just head first. Like
that's a shitty day at the office.
Twice.
So this time, Kurt, he tries again. He gets a little bit closer this time. This time the glass actually shatters, but then Shane and Kurt are both bleeding a ton. You can see Kurt's shoulder is cut up a little bit. Shane's head is cut up quite a bit. But now they're inside of this set. Shane is attempted to be suplexes again, bounced off again. So a second time he bounces off. Suplexed again, bounces off a third time. Finally, Kurt, apparently during all this, there's like this back and forth, and Shane's like, "You gotta fucking throw me through," and Kurt's like, "No, it's just fuck it, whatever, it doesn't matter. Let's just go back."
Yeah, broken tailbone.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, basically. And then Shane's like, "No, you gotta throw me through." And so after the second time of him bouncing off on the inside, Kurt's like, "Okay, but you're going through head first this time. I can't do this again." And so that's what you see.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, the referee, who has like an earpiece in, is like just getting fucking reamed by Vince McMahon. Because, I mean, for all that we've said about Vince McMahon, it's still his son out there who's just getting fucking destroyed.
Just incredible to watch. Like,
apparently, Vince was this close from walking out and stopping the whole thing.
Yeah.
Like, it was close to him just kiboshing.
You gotta give him credit for letting this thing go.
Yeah. There was, I think a lot of people probably would have just walked out and said, "Nope, this is not happening anymore." But because at this point, when Shane is just thrown headfirst through the glass the second time, it looked like a goddamn horror movie.
The third time, right?
Well, I mean, the second time he actually made it through.
Are you talking on the way in?
On the way out.
On the way.
So the final glass break.
But he threw him twice and.
I mean, you're talking total throws. It was 1-2 on the first pane. 1-2-3 on the second one. So a total of 5.
Yeah.
However you want to count it.
Okay.
The last time he goes through,
Yeah.
it just looked like a horror movie. Shane's bleeding from the front of his head, from the back of his head.
Sugar glass.
Kurt is covered like his whole, because he had to, like, you could tell as much strength as he could muster, he was using to try and catapult Shane through.
Oh, good on Shane for being like, let's finish this, you know?
But like, they were both so fucking bloody.
Yeah.
I don't know if it was a planned part of the match or not, but Kurt goes for a pin outside, but like the referee's like, "No, you can't, I can't count the pinfall out here." And you could just see, like, I'm sure part of it was storyline stuff, but I'm sure there's a very real part of him that was just like, "Are you fucking kidding me?" Can we just pretend like, "Oh, you forgot," or something? But at this point, Angle's supposed to carry Kurt, or Angle's supposed to carry Shane into the ring. That's not fucking happening. So he goes and he grabs like this rolly bin type of thing and puts Shane on top of it and rolls him back to the ring, which, hey, It's that third eye, intelligence.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
Yep.
The commentators going back and forth, which Jim Ross is like all up in arms. And, usually he's supposed to be like the good guy commentator, but like realistically, yeah, it was pretty fucking smart for him to do that. Kurt goes for a pin on the inside. I think you thought, oh, this has got to be fucking done.
That was my cue to exit.
Shane kicks out. I think at this point you were like, oh no.
Yeah.
This is turning tits up for me. Low blow to Kurt. Gets whacked with the garbage can lid like 2 or 3 times. All, again, as flimsy as those lids can be, you have to really kind of put some oomph in it to make it look good.
And he did. Yeah.
So kudos.
No, absolutely. Yeah.
Olympic slam from Shane, and he can't follow up. Kurt kicks out. Shane is then catapulted. Everyone's favorite wrestling move, the classic catapult. Shane gets catapulted into the corner. Kurt climbs up after him. He uses this like plywood board,
which was
a couple times just to like, hit him.
Oh, the weakest slaps of all time. That was kind of, I know they were like exhausted at this point, so I give him that. Like, but like, it was just such a funny like try to hit him, and he's just there's nothing left.
Sure,
yeah.
they were good for what they were, but yes, there's. I mean, these are not the
Fair
same
enough.
men that they were.
I still give
25 minutes prior. Yeah. But Kurt then places the board on the top rope, so it's like a platform on the top rope now, which is probably. Genius. If he hadn't done that, I don't know that he would have been able to stand on the top rope. Honestly.
You think that was like improv?
I don't know if it was improv or not, but like, I mean, maybe it was part of the plan, but like, I can't imagine that he would have been able to do that move had that board not been there.
It still seems like does that board maybe break?
Yeah.
I just a cool move. It was I loved it. Yeah. Yeah.
But Kurt again puts the board on the top rope. He angle slams Shane from the top rope, and they're both lying there dead. Shane eventually gets covered by Kurt. 1, 2, 3. That's the end of the match.
That move,
the angle slam,
iconic.
Yeah, that was a great.
I mean, it was a great flip for everything they had, and I'm like, like it looked so good, just for a finishing. Like it couldn't have been a better finish to that match.
Yes, that was. I mean, you don't really expect it to like, and it didn't top the bit with the glass.
No, but
as far as like, oh, we're back in the ring, we have to do something.
Adding on top of the glass to like, it was fantastic.
Absolutely,
like, well done.
So that's our match. Any other thoughts, comments, concerns?
That was a great match. I don't know, like
we got to rank it.
Yeah,
got to rank it.
Yeah.
Let me pull up. I mean, you've got it on your phone, of course. Let me pull it up on my end here.
Sometimes I notice I breathe out like with my nose. I'm like, do I sound like that guy at the call center who's like,
oh god, ASMR.
Right. Let's see. So I really like this match.
Yeah,
I really do. Like,
so
and I didn't think I would.
Why?
Just at the beginning, this probably would have.
Just because like there wasn't like as much of a story leading up to it as.
I think there was a little bit, but I just didn't like the initial match. It was just kind of basic, It's kind of what you normally.
Oh, you're talking about the beginning of the match.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
sure.
And then it got to,
Yeah, and then things escalated once they got to the entrance ramp. Yeah. So I mean, I'll just cut to the quick. Do you think that this was a great match, or do you think this was an amazing match? Because I would imagine it would probably fall within one of those categories.
I'm right, like fucking amazing and great. Like,
okay,
I almost want to just I think it deserves to go in fucking amazing.
So for the record, just so all the Markomaniacs know what we're talking about here. So for Ryan, his rankings 1 through 7 are fucking amazing. 7 is Randy Orton versus Mick Foley. I think that was another street fight, actually. And then the very top of great for him is Kenny Omega versus Tetsuya Naito.
I don't think I want to knock anything down. I think I just like to extend. Fucking.
So you're saying this is not as good as Mick Foley versus Randy Orton, but it's still fucking amazing.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't think I want to knock anything because, it's still Shane.
Fuck that guy. Okay. All right. Is final answer?
I think so. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So new number 8.
Yeah.
New top 10. Do you actually remember any? And again, I'm not saying this to be a dick. Do you remember anything from the?
I just know
Kurt Angle Mick Foley match.
Was it Kurt?
Not Kurt Angle. Randy Orton. Randy Orton. Dad brain. Randy Orton.
I'd have to get a refresher on that, but I just don't knock a Mick Foley match.
Thumbtacks happen.
Oh god.
Randy Orton got it.
Thank you.
Thrown into the thumbtacks.
No, I don't want to knock that match.
Okay, fair enough. Yeah. All right. Let's see. Let's go to my list here. So I think I also have to put it in fucking amazing.
Fuck yeah.
I love this match.
Yeah.
This match is so good and it's just so brutal.
Yep.
It's so violent. And then, like, not in necessarily an intentional way. Because, like, I don't think they were intended, like, okay, I'm going to break my tailbone.
They're, like, stuck back there, you know? Like,
right, exactly. But, I mean, by far, it's like, Shane, for what it's worth, like, a much better wrestler than, like, he really should have been.
I don't even think he was a good wrestler. I think he just played it so well.
Yeah.
Like, I mean,
he's just a tough...
Yeah, sure. Like,
tough dude
yeah.
who's, like, fearless.
Yeah,
he's a fearless, tough guy.
I'll give you that. Like, that seemed like that to me. Yeah. But, like, he just hung in there. The fact that he's like, you got to throw me through this glass, you know? Like,
and I mean, fuck, it's Kurt Angle,
Yeah.
one of the greatest athletes in the history of pro wrestling. And I think you could very easily make the argument this is probably his greatest match of all time, too. So for me, fucking amazing runs 1 through 8. The bottom of fucking amazing is the Hell in a Cell. Foley versus Undertaker. So then that leads to the question of, do I extend out fucking amazing? Do I put this above something? Man, give me a moment.
how many do you have in fucking amazing?
8.
Oh, you do have 8. Okay.
I have 8.
Yeah.
I'm going to say this is my new number 5. This is my 5th favorite match right now. Anyway.
That's high. That's higher than
It's higher than I thought.
Yeah.
Because I was really struggling, like, is this better than Mankind versus Undertaker Hell in a Cell? And, like, it's hard to even compare the two because that was such a series of unfortunate events. But, like, this just had, like, everything. Like, it had, like, some fun wrestling moments at the start. It had just this super violent shit and just ultimate displays of dudes like, well, this sucks, but we got to keep going. So
you throw a trash can in there too, and now you call it
a handicap placard. And what else do you need?
Yeah, exactly.
But yeah, for me, I think this is going right above, and again, it hurts my heart a bit.
Yeah.
But above the Dream Team versus $1 Million Team, and right below Omega and Naito. So new number 5 for me. So yeah, I think it's one of the greatest matches ever.
I don't know, since you've started doing this, we had a pretty close agreement, especially in this high of an area.
Oh, you're talking about, like, since I started ranking stuff?
Since you started ranking stuff, yeah.
Yeah, we haven't had anything drastically different. We'll see how it goes.
I think we have. I think we've had some drastically different. This is probably the closest one, I think.
Oh, yeah. No, I would agree with that. Yeah. Because I think there was some differences between, like, Austin and The Rock. Like, you ranked at 30, I ranked at 9. So, I guess there's that difference and whatnot. But, all right, we got Wisdom Tree. Oh, that's not my intro. Hold on.
That's how we're feeling after, yeah.
We've got Wisdom Tree. We've got Wisdom Tree.
Are we going with that?
We are now.
I think, yeah.
We're doing it now. That's what's happening now. Okay, listen. I got to level with everybody here. I don't get out of the house that much. Just so everyone's clear. Honestly, like, most of the time when I'm leaving the house, I'm just going to the grocery store. So I'm not in love with the idea, but, like, all of my wisdom trees seem to be about grocery related things, but I do want to not just constantly have it be that. I do occasionally have some product recommendations. I'm not in love with this product recommendation. Well, I want to take that back. I'm in love with the product. But I feel like it's a little ho-hum. It's not going to stir up any controversy here, Ryan. I just think it's a solid-ass product.
Well, let's see.
Flossers.
The little handle dental flossers?
Yeah. So to take it a step back, my mouth is too small or my fingers are too big. I don't know which is which. I just can't do the floss. The traditional roll of floss, and then you wrap it around your fingers and all that stuff. Like, hey, more power to you if you can pull it off. It's just not I've never been able to do it. It's just not my thing.
Yeah.
Maybe I could if I applied myself, but I just don't have the interest. So I'm a big proponent of the individual flossers, which is probably very wasteful from an environmental standpoint.
For sure.
I acknowledge that.
Yeah.
But, like, I got to keep these teeth clean.
Yeah.
But I don't want to develop heart issues because of my bad gums.
That's the thing.
Do you use flossers, Ryan?
I do.
You do?
Yeah.
What's your brand?
They're the green ones.
Probably Scope.
I don't think they're Scope.
Are they plackers?
I could take a picture. I don't know.
Okay.
But they're green and they just have the little like piece of floss on the end. I don't know. But they're not Scope, I don't think.
Because Scope are the ones that I felt like I saw everywhere. Like, I don't know, those...
Yeah, I mean, okay, so they're not Scope, though.
Anyway.
But, yeah, they're the same.
So Scope, I would find, would break in my teeth quite a bit.
Do they dissolve naturally?
I don't know if they dissolve naturally.
Biodegradable?
I don't know. That's a great question, actually. Maybe that's why they would break in my teeth. But I've got some teeth that have a little bit more of a gap, but there's others where it's just like, ooh, tight fit. And so I would find that as I would use it, sometimes when I'm pulling it out, snap it. You're snapping it. And so I found Plackers is a much higher quality of flosser. I've not had one of them break thus far. So if you were like me and you are unable to use traditional floss and and if you're not flossing at all, it's time to start thinking.
How often do you floss?
Once a day. I try to
floss once a day.
Well, I'm trying. I would say, like, let's say on a weekly basis, probably like 4 to 5 times a week.
Okay. That's pretty good. Probably.
Heather is a daily flosser.
Yeah, I know. There's daily flossers out there. I'm not that good about it. Like, I floss when I feel like I need to floss. And it's bad. It's bad.
Sure.
You should floss. I'm putting that out there too.
Yeah.
Floss, but it's hard to floss sometimes.
It is.
You know?
It is. And like, you know, there's and you don't even realize there's like different levels to flossing too.
Yeah.
Like for a long time, I was just like, oh, if you just stick the twine in there, you're fine. That's enough.
Yeah.
And so you're clearing out whatever's there. It's like, oh no, you have to like floss around the tooth
because But let me. Okay. There's another. I agree. I think it's it's fine product. But there's another. Don't even know what I'm talking about. What?
The plackers.
It's the same thing.
As what?
It's a handle with a piece of floss on the end.
It's not the same. I can tell you.
What's a placker then?
Let me fucking show you. Here, let me grab the placker. It is fundamentally the same thing, but the quality is higher.
Okay, fine.
Okay,
fine.
Okay, I won't grab it then.
The other one.
Does yours have a little pull-out thing where you can use it to dig your teeth? It's like a toothpick.
No, I don't think so.
It's just so you don't have a placker. You don't have a placker then. Sounds like you got a scope.
Well, I think first step is maybe I need to floss more frequently than I am currently.
I don't know. I also don't know about your teeth gap. So
yeah, my parents gave my sister braces, not me.
You make it sound like they could only choose one.
Well, they chose my sister. If they did,
did you not need braces? Did you?
I don't know. I don't know.
Maybe you didn't need them.
I think
you didn't. Trust me, you didn't. Like if you didn't need them, you didn't miss out on anything. If you didn't,
I didn't want them just to have them. I think my teeth could use a little more straightening.
Invisalign, dog.
Yeah,
I'm sure you have insurance.
I do.
There you go.
We'll see. Anyway, that's not my point. Sorry.
Okay.
The water pick. Have you used that?
My wife uses. I don't use it, but she does.
Does that replace flossing?
She does both, but I don't.
Just both. God, what an overachiever.
Yeah, no, she takes her dental care very seriously.
I mean, good on her for that. But like that is overachieving.
Yeah, she does. She absolutely does
level,
both of those things.
Okay.
So,
well, maybe recommend me a dental pick.
I'm Heather would once we go upstairs. Heather will happily show you her water pick. Are you talking about water pick or something else now? Dental pick?
Water pick. Sorry.
Okay.
Water, yeah.
I've only had 2 beers. What are you doing?
No, that would be something I just feel like it'd be easier.
Okay. I don't. Yeah, she might be able to speak to the difference between.
You guys have an old one I can use?
Ooh, I think we got rid of our old one.
I'm just kidding. I asked my parents for like Christmas or something.
And you need a meat dethar tray.
Well, the meat dethar. Yeah. So anyway, no, I don't have any gripes with your take here. So can leave it at that.
He would have loved to have poked some holes in it, but he just couldn't. Everybody.
Yeah.
All right. Well, we will be back at some point. Actually, I'll just say this about our next wrestling episode. I have a lot of trepidation about our next episode. This is the most, obviously now we're a lot more like current than we used to be. Like it used to be like a 4-month, 3-month turnaround or whatever. And now it's a lot quicker. You know, it's a week or 2 at most. But I'm going to try to be topical with our next episode. It is probably the most topical thing.
When you say topical, what What topics are you?
I mean, if you think of all like the things that are dominating the news these days, our next match will be tapping into elements in this.
Let's get into it. Yeah.
So next time around, we'll get into something that will tap into something very topical. Again, this may be the one that I have the most trepidation about. We'll see if I come to regret our next episode or not. But that's the teaser. That's what I'll say.
Got it.
About that one. But
Well, I'm teased.
his nipples are so hard right now. I'm looking at them right now, and they could cut glass. But we'll be back whenever we're back soon. Probably within the next month. I don't know.
We'll still be topical at the time.
We're still going to be so topical. And Ryan's nipples are still going to be very, very hard. But if you're not hard like Ryan's nipples, you should stay hard like Ryan's nipples. Wait.
You're not hard like Ryan's nipples.
If you're not hard like Ryan's nipples, you should get hard like Ryan's nipples.
That's all, folks.
And then, no, hold on. Is that the ending? Is that the ending? That's not it. I feel like the Ryan's nipples. Okay, if you're not hard like Ryan's nipples, get hard like Ryan's nipples. Once you get hard like Ryan's nipples, stay hard like Ryan's nipples. That's the whole thing.
Yeah.
That's all, folks.
Yeah.
Your cat would just go to town on your
Yeah.
genitals.